Hi, this is Nancy with Healing Gardens, and I have a reading for you. I have our Mermaid and Dolphin cards. How fun is that? How fun is that? Okay, Mermaid and Dolphin Oracle cards. Magical mermaids, if you will, as they all are. I think all mermaids are magical, right? Okay, so we have Divine Magic. Divine Magic. It says, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. Okay. So we have a beautiful mermaid on a rock, and there is actually like a fairy kind of above her. So she's magical, and then there's extra magic. What's the magic? And I oddly enough, it is like the one for the deck. So it's like the biggest one in the deck. The biggest one in the deck. It is just, you are surrounded by divine magic. Okay, you are at such a beautiful manifesting stage in your life right now. And I know we hear that a lot. And it's like, oh, you can manifest anything you want. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. Including bad. Okay, including bad. So whatever you focus on most, you're gonna get. If you see, what you pay attention to. Okay, it's what you pay attention to. Okay, you know. You are surrounded at all times by beautiful, amazing things, by the divine, by so much wonder and beauty. And often all we see is we see the problems. Okay, we see the issues. We see, people who annoy us, people who are difficult, people who make our life difficult. And there's so many people who make our life wonderful, so many people who make our lives easier, so many people who support us and love us. Okay. Shift your focus to them. Okay. I apologize, I don't know what the moon is at the moment, and honestly, whenever you're watching this, you should look that up. Okay. But there are certain times of the month that it's a little bit better to manifest. You can go and manifest under the full moon, under the new moon for creation and what have you. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out, okay? So here's what I want you to do. Okay, next full moon. Okay, and if it's today, do it today. Okay, this is important. Okay, because you're going to capture some of that magic. Okay, you are going to take a piece of paper. Okay, and you're going to write on that paper what you want to manifest. Okay, write it all. Write pages and pages if you like. Okay, then when you're done, you're going to write on it in a perfect way. Okay, you're not going to write, I want $1 million. Okay, you could get $1 million because someone died and left you that, and then you have the dead person. Okay, no. You want to say, I want $1 million in a perfect way. All right, we want it in a way that it's not going to be like those crazy old movies where it's like, oh, I have 3 wishes, and then the wishes end up being terrible. Okay, so we want it in a perfect way. All right, so we're going to write down, I want this, I want that, I want this. Okay, I want this kind of relationship, I want this kind of job, I want this amount of money, I want to live in this type of home. Be greedy. Okay, anything you want. Okay, think of it as oh God, when I was a kid, I'm picturing the Sears catalog, the JCPenney catalog and the Sears catalog, and at Christmas time we would get that catalog and we'd go through the pages and we'd circle, it's like, I want this and I want this and I want this, and it was just and you thought you could have anything. You thought you could have anything. And not to say that you couldn't, but think of it like that. Think of it as like a kid at Christmas. It's like, oh, I want this, and Santa's magical, so Santa can bring me anything. It doesn't matter what it costs, doesn't matter how big it is. It could be a friggin' pony. Okay, I never wanted a pony. Okay, but people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but whatever you want, write it on those papers. Okay, you're gonna write it on a piece of paper. 5 pieces of paper. I don't care how many pieces of paper. Okay, then you're gonna take those papers and you're going to fold them up, you're going to roll them up, whatever you need to do, you're going to go outside. Okay, I want you to be careful. Okay, I want you to burn those papers. Okay, burn those fuckers. Okay, you're going to take the papers and you're going to light it, put it in something safe that will not catch fire. You got a fire pit, that's perfect. Okay, I have a beautiful little metal bowl that I use, but it also gets really, really hot because it's metal. Okay, so take something, put it on your grill, whatever you need to do. Okay, take it outside, light it on fire underneath the full moon. Okay, it doesn't technically have to be underneath the full moon because it could be during the day, it could be whenever you want. because it's still full moon energy. But I'm a fan of doing it under the full moon. Okay, so go outside, go under the full moon, burn that shit, and then just release it into the universe. Okay. Best thing, you could take the ashes when you're done and like kind of like either sprinkle them into water and the water will wash it away. Or you know, if you don't, like if you're near like a pond or a lake or a river or something like that, that's like obviously the best. But otherwise you could just throw it on the ground, okay, and it'll go back to the earth, okay. So anyway, put it out there and then walk away and let it happen, okay. Walk away and let it happen, and then allow yourself to receive it, okay. Allow yourself to receive it, which is our second card. I'm telling you, I did not pick these, I did not make this up, okay. Allow yourself to receive it, okay. Don't just put it out there and say, oh, you know, okay, it's, you know, this isn't gonna happen, you know what I mean, it's just, you know, whatever, okay. You know, maybe your wish is like a new car, okay, just saying, okay, maybe your wish is a new car, and then you're like, I can't afford a car, I don't, you know, and then you don't even look at cars, and you're like, you know, I'm just gonna stay with what I have, you know what I mean. Put yourself out there, okay, go look at cars, okay, look on the internet, you know what I mean, look at, just keep your eyes open, okay. Maybe it's gonna come to you in a way that you didn't expect, you know what I mean, maybe you know, maybe there's going to be a great big sale and you're going to end up going and getting it. I don't know. All right. You know, things happen, okay. The universe figures it out. It's not up to us to figure it out, okay. But also, again, I usually tell people to be an active participant. So like if there's something you can do, please do it, okay, and the universe will help you with that. But yeah, put it out there. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want. Don't be afraid to wish for what you want. You can have anything. You can have anything, okay? Anything you see somebody else have, you can have, okay? And you shouldn't be jealous of that person. That should be like a beautiful reinforcement. It's like, look, this is possible, right? Jealousy is just, it's just going to hold you back, okay? So instead, we be happy that for that person, okay? It's like, oh my gosh, look at, they have, again, we'll go back to the car, okay? Look at that car. I love that car. I wish I had a car like that, okay? And instead of saying, damn, that person doesn't deserve that car, you'd be like, wow, that person must have worked really hard to finally get that car. I bet they really enjoy that car. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can see them in that convertible and their hair's blowing, they're having a good old time. It's like, you know, good for them. I'm looking forward to when I could do that too. You know what I mean? Like, just change your perspective, okay? Allow others to give you loving care, receive without guilt or apology. So that also says you can get help, okay? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to receive help, okay? Receiving comes in many, many different ways, okay? So allow yourself to receive, allow yourself help, you don't have to do everything on your own. You have to figure it out on your own. Keep getting counseling in the back of my head. If you need assistance, okay, if you need counseling services, okay, reach out and get them, okay. Don't be embarrassed. Don't worry about that. I remember a time in my life when I was really struggling, and it was the thing that was really the hardest for me was that things weren't bad. There was no reason for me to feel the way I did, okay? So I'm like, okay, well, what do? I reach out to a therapist and like, oh, what can I help you with? And I'd be like, I don't know. So I didn't. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to tell them? It's like, you know, I have a good job and I have a good home and I have people who love me and I have everything I need. So what would I tell them? Okay. What you're going to tell them is you're going to be like, I feel bad. I feel depressed. I feel X, Y, and Z. Okay. And I don't know why and I need help. Okay. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, okay? Just remember, divine magic is all around you. Ask for what you want, okay? If you don't want to have to do the whole full moon ritual, you don't have to. You could just, you know, say it out loud to the universe. They can hear you. They don't need the whole ritual, okay? That's the ritual's for us. The ritual's for us because we're a you know, a type of person, like we're a type of society that that likes ritual, like that it kind of feels like it leads into something. It's like, oh, you know, just say, oh, I want a new car, and then walk away. Think it's like, okay, so you said that, okay. Whereas it's like, oh, I want a new car. You know what I mean? Yeah, people love ritual. People love ritual. So yeah, so feel free to do that. Okay, but you do not have to. All right, and then allow yourself to receive it. Okay, if you can help yourself to do it, please do. Okay, You got this figured out. You got this figured out. Okay. Trust me. Trust me. All right. Trust yourself. Trust the universe has your back. All right. You are in a beautiful manifesting era. It's the perfect time for it. So take care of yourself. All right. Bye.